We will start. Welcome to everyone, and thank you for joining our EIC Access Plus info session. Let me give you just an overview of our agenda of today's afternoon. So we will start with some words of our PO, Gisela. We will continue with the presentation of the EIC Service Catalogue that you might already know very well. And then we will give some time to the partners offering IP and fundraising, support on fundraising. We will continue with the EIC Access Plus. We will explain, my colleague Antonio will explain you what is exactly the EIC Access Plus and how you can benefit of this. And then I will be doing a short presentation on the application phase, that some of you have maybe some questions, and all the documents that you might need to successfully receive an answer from our side. Then questions and answers. I hope, Gisela, you're here.
Thank you, Christina. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure for me to be in one more info session of our Access Plus team, responsible for running the co-funding of our EIC Ecosystem Partnership Program service providers services. It's really great that you all had availability to participate in this info session, that we at the EIC really give a lot of importance, because we give importance not only to the funding of all your technologies and innovation, but we really try to do our best to help you develop your business beyond this funding. And this ecosystem partnership program is really what we call the smart money. So support from the EIC beyond the financial funding. So in 2022, we have set this program to really benefit from all the services that are developed by all these excellent innovation organizations in Europe and also abroad, and that exists to help all the deep tech, innovative technologies to develop in different ways, whether you are interested in internationalizing your already ready to the market products, whether you are still in earliest stages of development of your technology and you need certain service that will help you develop this technology, either you are still in the patent stage, proof of concept, etc. So we really have these 200 plus partners in our EIC Service Catalogue willing to help our EIC portfolio develop at the stage that they are of your technology. And Access Plus and the team that has organized today this info session, they are helping us, the EIC, putting in place this co-funding. So all these services since end of last year can be co-financed by us. And today, Christina, Antonio, and all the team will explain to you how to apply for this co-funding. So from my side, I really hope it will be enlightening, this info session, and that you can very soon profit from this EIC support and from our service providers. I won't take longer from my side, because the details will all be given to you by the teams that are working on our behalf, and I already thank them very much for setting all this for our beneficiaries, and yeah, wishing you then a very good info session, and also that you can profit from this support. And we are always willing to hear about your future success stories and about how you are thriving in the market. So Christina, back to you, and to your team as well. And thank you so much for setting this info session, and I hope it's helpful for everyone.
Thank you very much, Gisela, for your kind words. We will continue with the EIC Service Catalogue, and then I would like to call Teodora Aibu to present the catalog. Please, Theodora, let me know if you want to switch off the slides.
Okay, thank you very much, Christina, and also Gisela for the introduction. So I will give you a very quick pitch on the program and the service catalog. So just a brief background on the program. It is, as Gisela stated, an EIC funded initiative. This program, the EIC Ecosystem Partnership Program, is one of the more than 10 EIC BAS offers that provide specialized business acceleration services to EIC awardees. Through this program, our goal is to provide or to help EIC awardees, so this would be EIC beneficiaries and Seal of Excellence holders, access a wide range of business acceleration services that would be complementing what is already provided by the other EIC BAS offers. And this will be done by connecting EIC awardees with what we call the service providers or the EIC partners, which are industry players. So those who are providing tested and tried acceleration, venture building, coaching services. And this will be done through a one-stop shop platform, which is the EIC Service Catalogue. But the catalog, it is fully functional, open access online catalog. We have almost 200 organizations, 194 as of March, and we have over 460 services and growing. And these are classified into 11 categories. The catalog is exclusively for EIC beneficiaries and Seal of Excellence holders. The catalog, beyond the listing of the organizations, also holds the individual service landing pages, and beneficiaries would be able to find all the information they need before applying to these services. So this would include description, duration, the sector, the TRL that is targeted, and also financial requirements, which would be very important for application to the co-financing. Other than that, you can also find other supporting materials and access to the other EIC BAS acceleration services, as well as 53 IP due diligence experts, which are slightly different from the EIC partners. You can also use the catalog to contact the partners directly to ask them about their services or how they provide it. And this would be essential for you to do before you go to apply for the co-financing. Other than that, it's to say that we also have the EIC beneficiary brief on the catalog, which is very important because it combines on how to use the catalog from the program site, so on navigating through the services, but also from the EIC Access Plus side, which is applying for the co-financing. So on how to get hold of us and also how to learn more about the catalog. First of all, we have events. So these are online and offline events. We have regular, we have them at least 4 times a year. Ask Me Anything webinars where partners come to pitch their services to beneficiaries. Normally they're thematic, so they might be category based, either looking at services that are, let's say, for instance, acceleration services or coaching services, or they might be sectorial, so health and medical care or biotech and so on. And we also have the EIC Partners Day. So this takes place once a year. It's an annual physical event that is back-to-back with the EIC Summit. It's where we invite partners and beneficiaries to come interact and network. And we also have the EIC community, where you can find EIC partners with their own label in case you are an active user of the community, and directly communicate with them. In addition to that, we have some videos online that you can find on the catalog as well under FAQs to show you how to navigate through the catalog. We also have the brief that I mentioned earlier, and feel free to also contact us through email, the helpdesk email that we have, which is the EIC Partnership Helpdesk at eicbas.eu. And that is all from me. I give the floor back to you, Christina. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Theodora. Now we will continue with the presentation of EIC Partners. So just a reminder that you can schedule a one-on-one meeting with some of the partners. You can scan this QR code, and we will be facilitating these meetings or simply just making introductions with them. Anyway, you can leave us your feedback. So we will start now with Arindan Son, Head of Operations at GreyB Services. Please, Arindan.
Thank you, Christina. So first of all, a very good afternoon to each and every one of you. And it is a great platform, EIC, for funding of startups. And we are very glad to be a part of it and support any way we can to the European startup ecosystem. So let me first tell you a bit about GreyB. So GreyB is basically an innovation and technology consulting firm. So we are based out of Singapore. And we have another office in India as well, where a lot of our researchers sit. In total, we have around 500 plus researchers who are basically engineers. They work as analysts, and we offer a diverse range of services to startups, to big players in different industries, ranging from high tech like wireless, telecommunication, AI, blockchain, to pharma, for example, medtech, or in chemical, and food and packaging, food and beverage packaging. So in all of these industries, we have different separate teams who offer support to the IP and R&D players in the industry. Moving forward, let me talk about the services we offer in specifics. So for ease of understanding what kind of services we offer, I have uh, kind of laid it out in a startup's life cycle. So there are like different phases of a startup life cycle, starting with ideation and then going towards, realizing it, funding, and then like doing scale up version of the idea and all of this. So in each or every phase of these, we offer some kind of services which can facilitate the startup, enable it for betterment, for better funding, for better technology realization. So I'm going to talk about them one by one. So let's first talk about the first phase, which is the ideation one. So you have an idea and you want to capitalize on it. You want to found a startup, for example. So at this particular phase, a lot of individual, researchers or entrepreneurs, they come to us for validating their idea. So what I mean by validating their idea is that they want to benchmark their idea against other ideas in the industry to see that uh, if they are really solving a problem or challenge which can make an impact in the industry. So we do those kind of opportunity analysis where we compare different kind of solutions against the idea that you have as a startup. We also try to identify the right market space for you, where your idea can make the maximum impact. And we also can guide you regarding how to differentiate your idea, make it better, for example, and how to better build on it. So these are all about the ideation phase. And I believe that a lot of these things that we do for the entrepreneurs, they are useful when it comes to developing a pitch deck for investors asking for funding and those kind of stuff. So moving to the next phase, the validation and MVP creation. I mean, like I'm talking about the middle column. So let's say you now have pivoted on the idea and you want to like move forward with product development. So in that case, a lot of people find it useful to safeguard their idea, and that is where creation of IP comes into play. And we can help you with those kind of services as well. Here we help usually the startups by determining the new thing in their idea, if those ideas can be protected under IP, what kind of IP they can be protected by, be it patent, be it copyright, trademark, trade secret. For example, Coca-Cola, recipes, trade secret. So all of these kind of things, analysis on IP, guiding you on the IP process, IP journey, and how to do it actually in the long term. I mean, so that is where one thing we can do, and we can help you assess any kind of legal or IP risk that you have associated with your product. When the IP protection is done and you move towards a prototyping phase and you want to assess your prototype if it is market fit or not. So I'm now talking about the third column, and there we can help you with different kind of market analysis, like where particularly big players or maybe customers are looking for a solution which you are offering, those kind of low-hanging fruits we can help you identify. And we can also help you position your product in the market the right way, which can differentiate it from your competitors, and consumers can be attracted to it. So what is the marketing and positioning strategy? So we can help you define it. We can also, do strategic analysis of your industry to ensure that your product is aligned with it. For example, let's suppose if you are developing something related to AI, now there is AI regulation that is coming in Europe, and if your development, whatever you are doing with the AI, saving the data and all, so are they really aligned with the AI regulation or not? So we can help you do those kind of strategic analysis as well. I'll quickly go about these two phases where you have growth and traction, and you want to scale up. So in the growth and traction section, when you have the prototype ready, you want to go for a pilot phase, for example, there you need to establish the supply chain, for example. And in the supply chain, you have to find the trusted suppliers, for example, and we can help you find that. We can help you also build partnership with different companies, which can assist you in developing the supply chain, as well as, assist you with different kind of components for your product. I mean, so finding those kind of right partnership, collaboration, and suppliers, that is one of the things that we excel at. And we can also find alternative markets for you. So you had the idea and development, the whole thing towards one single market, but there can be other markets also where your idea can just fit right, So those kind of expansion opportunities, be it geographical, be it technical in other industries, so it can help you find those kind of things for you. Now, last phase where you want to scale, for example, you want to license your technology. So we can help you find right buyer for you or right licensor for you who can take your technology and implement it there by paying you, of course, and you can generate a passive income out of the intellectual property that you had or out of the technology that you have. So we can do those kind of things for you as well. So that will be mostly all, Krishna. So if anyone has any questions, can ask, or we can connect later as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My colleague Gurvan will be sharing the link for your convenience on the chat box. Here are the contact details of Arindan. Thank you very much. We will continue now with Claire Fritsch, that we will be presenting the European IP Helpdesk. Please, Claire, the floor is yours. You can activate your microphone.
First of all, thank you very much for having us. It's a pleasure to be here and to present our services. The European IP Helpdesk is a service initiative of the European Commission. I think that's the main difference between us and the other presentations here today. So this is an overview of what we are and what we offer and who else is there. So it's not only the European IP Helpdesk. We also have sibling initiatives next to the European IP Helpdesk. There is the Latin America. The European IP Helpdesk is one of many. So we have the China IP SME Helpdesk, India IP SME Helpdesk, Africa IP SME Helpdesk, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. And what is actually the main mission? We are providing first-line IP support. The European IP Helpdesk supports not only EU funding beneficiaries, but also in general European SMEs. So you don't specifically have to be a EU funding beneficiary, which is not of importance for you guys today, but just saying all the other IP SME help desks are actually only supporting European SMEs that are going abroad. So they are not at all focusing on IP in EU funded projects, but the European is. So what does that really mean? A lot of our content is focused on IP in EU funded projects. So either you are a mono beneficiary or you are multiple people, multiple team members in your consortium. Very often IP questions come up. Here, of course, in the EIC program, IP plays a crucial role in everything you do. So why am I saying that we are providing first-line support? So after the presentation before, went really very far, is really with you when it comes to the whole life cycle of your product, of your invention. The help desks here are, let's say, not superficial, but we are stopping at a certain point because there are IP attorneys that are then supposed to take you further on your journey. And we are, as I said, a service initiative of the Commission directly. So what do? We have a helpline you can call every day. I recommend anyway to send your request via our system, via the email system that is then immediately taken care of, and then to call, I think, a day later or to wait for their confirmation. And then they can really go through your IP issue in depth and talk with you about your possibilities. So it's kind of a one-on-one service. We are taking a closer look at your problem. We even check your consortium agreements for IP clauses. We even help you with non-disclosure agreements before a meeting. So yeah, make use of our services. Everything is free of charge. And we are organizing events. We are attending info sessions and providing the information I do right now at different opportunities. And we are providing training ourselves very, very often. So here you have an overview of our publication formats. Well, I think the most interesting ones are actually the fact sheets, as they are taking a closer look at specific topics. But our case studies can be very useful for you if you want a reference point for your specific sector. We have a podcast together with the European Patent Office. We are publishing a bulletin, which is kind of a magazine that is taking a closer look at specific topics like here, open science, for example, or knowledge valorization, or I think the next one is going to be about ecosystems. We have audiovisual material in form of videos, and we have infographics and guides, which we even in close cooperation with the different units of the Commission co-develop in order to not share anything not useful. And I said we are providing trainings. Our content is clustered in basic, intermediate, and advanced. So wherever you stand, and I think most of you are anyway quite far in the IP game, so you know what we're talking about. So you don't have to attend any introductory classes, but I think we have very interesting sessions about IP and artificial intelligence. Here we even have an advanced class, and then we have another one about the new AI, well, more or less new AI Act. We have training about IP commercialization. If you are not 100% sure what assets you have, we have one about IP assessment. Also different sectors. We are, of course, focusing on CATS, key enabling technologies, pharma, biotech, medtech, quantum. So just take a closer look at the training calendar. We are offering training almost twice a week, every week, except July and August. They are quite calm, as the majority of people is anyway on holiday. And we are, of course, also joining forces with the Enterprise Europe Network, with the European Patent Office, with ASTP, who is focusing on tech transfer, if you are into tech transfer, which, well, probably you are, the Horizon Results platform. So all these are very interesting partners and stakeholders also for you if you're thinking about the exploitation of your results. So I really recommend to take a look at these training events. They only last 45 minutes. And after that, you have then the possibility to ask questions. Thanks a lot, everyone. If you have any questions, I'm here for the one-on-one as well until 6 o'clock.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Claire. So we will continue now with Aracelia Tamaris from Strata.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Aracelia Tamaris, and I'm happy to introduce to you Strata's EIC's Service Catalogue. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through how our EIC-focused ecosystem helps tech startup accelerate fundraising, protect their IP assets, and also scale across markets. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out in my email that it's on the slide. So we're Strata, a team of seasoned advisors and consultants dedicated to empower deep tech startups and impact-driven enterprises. Our mission is to help you build a strong fundraising and also safeguard and leverage your innovations. Our service offer includes innovation funding, innovation management, IP strategy, valuation and investor matchmaking, and entry and growth services. Here's a quick framework of how our EIC service clusters, what are they? So under capital acquisition, we combine data-driven analysis, strategic planning, and hands-on executions to close rounds. On the market and market entry and growth, we craft go-to-market strategies and identify the right channels and partners for rapid scale-up. And in intellectual property, we provide both defensive and offensive insights, ensuring your technology generates the maximum competitive advantage. Today, we will focus on two of them, that is capital acquisition and IP. Under capital acquisition, we all know that having a great pitch is only half of the battle. So our methodology, ensures that you're fully prepared. At the beginning, we do an analysis, we benchmark your technology, market potential, your projections, etc., against the investor expectations. We then proceed to create a data room and create a strategy. We refine your narrative and prepare you to present to the investors, and then we go into action. We run targeted outreach campaigns, leveraging our network of European and global funds to secure meetings and eventually term sheets. And also we provide full support during those negotiations with the investors. To date, we have made over 300 direct introductions to the European investor community, and we continuously monitor more than 1,300 global funds to stay ahead of emerging trends. Our campaigns typically target tickets from 100,000 euro to a total round size of around 1 million, and our normal clients are high growth tech companies, sustainability, and also in the health area. And also very important, we tailor our outreach to investors who share your impact and also your sector focus. Now, when it comes to intellectual property, our services ensure that you're not only protected, but also positioned to capitalize the full value of your innovations. So we begin with an IP portfolio health check, with a holistic audit of your IP assets, spotting any gaps, expirations, or misalignments that you have in your strategy and business goals. Then we try to discover opportunities where we go through both your and third-party landscapes to discover licensing, collaborations, or maybe spin-out opportunities to unlock new revenues. Then we go into landscaping. We use patent analytics, where we identify emerging technologies, trends, assess time to market windows, benchmark to other competitors. So you have an up-to-date R&D map and also a competitive map. Then we go into threat analysis. We proactively scan for potential infringement, risk to freedom to operate searches. Also, we perform FTOs. And then, so you have all the up-to-date information and you can address any issue before it becomes a big one. And finally, we deliver strategic reports grounded in data that aligns with your filings, enforcement, and monetization with your broader R&D and commercial strategy. Thank you for your attention and happy to continue their conversation.
Thank you very much. We will continue now with Dan Sean from Cycle Group.
Sorry, I don't have slides, so you have to bear with my voice. I'm Dan Schoon, Managing Director of Cycle Group. We're an investment house, investment advisor, managing also two venture funds, investing in deep tech. The main focus that we have is on the intersection of electrification, so all kind of electrical machines, transformers, switchgear, any other topic that you would need in an energy grid, electrification grid. And the other part is advanced semiconductors. We're investing in the intersection of those with a special focus on wide bandgap semiconductors. Across the first fund's portfolio, we have over 100 granted patents to date, and more in the pre-granting period. What we're focusing on is helping companies, first of all, sound out their strategy around IP, their international IP strategy. We're very concentrated. We're very picky on who we can help. We are, as said, focused on niche topics such as wide bandgap semiconductors. So if any of you has a focus on this, I think we could help. The other part is that we help with the internationalization, but again here focused on certain trajectories. We are investing predominantly in the European Union and helping European companies then set foot into the Asian growth markets. We have helped companies to step into India, Singapore, China, and other Southeast Asian countries. Our main trajectories are starting with Singapore and then licensing out to countries like Taiwan, Korea, China, and so forth through Singapore. This said, if any of you has a side topic in sustainability, which is very engineering heavy, maybe on the side of material science, that's where we are probably most helpful. We have two offers in the EIC Service Catalogue. One is sounding out investor help, which is basically also what we do anyways when we analyze a company. And the other part is helping with internationalization towards the Asian markets for companies. We have a small team, so we have to be a bit selective because we don't have capacity to take too many clients. I hope you understand. But if you are interested in this, you can find me on LinkedIn or on the EIC catalog directly, and also my team. Thanks.
Perfect. Dan.
I'm under my
Thank
time.
you very much. We will continue now with Ilka Gomez from SpinLab. Please, Ilka, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. So let me introduce a bit what is about SpinLab. So we are an accelerator, a startups accelerator that highly ranked in Europe. And we provide a 6-month acceleration program to the startup Serial 4 minimum, equity free, and have the last 10 years we have supported around 187 startups with more than 86% of survival and generated around 400 million investment. So our focus is mainly in energy, smart city, health, and e-health startups. We have also cooperation with a leading business school in Leipzig here in Germany, and also count with a large network of more than 30 partners in these verticals. But we are not only we are part of a bigger ecosystem. So the SpinLab Accelerator is part of the SpinLab group, but it's also composed by other organizations that have other vertical focus, like SciLab, where we work with startups working on robotics, sensor, IoT, semiconductors, or RootCamp, where we work on bioeconomy, agtech, and sustainability-related topics. And we have also our own investment company, and another one focused on consulting services for the startups in digitalization, sustainability, and innovation. We are a big group of international team members, and counted with more than 70 seasoned industry mentors. And as I said, we collaborate with more than 30 industrial partners, for which next slide, please. We use this network to offer some services for example, feasibility projects, and we will support startups that want to test their solutions in Germany and use our network of corporates. So we help them to get contracts with those corporate partners, test the innovation in a real world settings, and we coordinate the consortium and provide project tracking tools to make sure that this short pilot test or short pilot project give the real feedback to the startups interested in testing it or exploring, for example, also market entry in Germany. Likewise, other service we provide is investor matching. As I said, we have our investment company, and with them we have access to a large group of 100+ plus suitable investors, and we offer training on how to pitch in front of the investors, how to do a strategy on startup fundraising. And if you are also join our accelerators, we also organize like investor dinners, investor days, and other type of activities to expose startups to a large number of different investors, depending on which area you're working and in which vertical, or if you are across industries, then you have more chances to pitch or to meet investors in different events within our ecosystem. In addition to that, we offer training or coaching services to the startups that are growing, and they have had less time to focus on managing complex tasks without losing agility. So we have already developed some methodologies using OKRs, or how to set up, for example, other project management tool like Asana or Trello. And we provide, in that sense, coaching and training to the startup teams, if this is a service that could be for you. So these are the three services that we have offered in the EIC catalog, but we are also open to discuss other needs, especially if you are interested in exploring the German market. Thank you.
Thank you, Ilka. The floor is now open for Nilji from Catalyze Group.
Hi,
Please.
yeah, thanks, Tina, for having us, and nice to meet you all. My name is Niltje, Business Unit Director, Green Sustainable Innovations and Industrial Tech at Catalyze. Catalyze is a consulting company of approximately 120 plus consultants. We are focused on 3 sectors: life science and health, green and sustainable innovations, and industrial and digital tech. We help our clients that are all over Europe, that are startups, scale-ups, but also researchers in gaining funding, as well public as well private. So we have 3 services currently in the catalog, because we have also been a partner since the beginning, actually, that this started. So the first service is business strategy and analytics. There are actually 2 parts here. So one is really focused on market adaptation, how does your market look like, validating your assumptions, those kind of things. And the other one is more based on developing a business case for your product, right? Proving that your technology works and that's not enough for commercial success. So this is one of our services. The second is really focused on equity fundraising. So we have an investment support service, takes approximately 6 months. It all starts with an investment case, developing a pitch deck. Then we go to boundary conditions and the VC database, and then a tiered outreach and deal making support. So that is, in short, our service. And then we also have several options that you can choose from. One is, for example, a Series A accelerator. It's a 3-month program. Think about expert masterclasses, peer learning sessions, VC network exposure, and like development of an alumni network. The second is the co-funding club that we have established. There have now been 4 editions and more in the making. It's really, you get a prime position to present to VCs. It's a closed circle VC platform, and we have all our portfolio companies that present there as well, and one-on-one matchmaking. And the last one is a fundraising alliance. It takes approximately 6 months, and it's mere domain-specific investment advisor, collective efforts to close your Series A, for example, EU and US market footprint, DD advisory, those kind of things. So this is really focused on private funding. But this is the last service that we have in the catalog that you can choose from. It's actually more business coaching and outsourcing. So we help with independent assessments of your case. We help with operational challenges, more hands-on support as part of your team, or just a sparring partner, or more strategic decision making. And when you look at outsourcing, for example, the hands-on support can be very diverse, and it also depends on what kind of beneficiary or seal of excellence holder are you. Are you, for example, really early stage, more pathfinder, or more mid-stage transition, or more late stage accelerator? Then also your needs are very different, right? So you get the coaching that is really tailored to the support that you need. Also, when you look at the total services that we have, all 3 of them, Then the first on, developing market research and business case development is maybe more early stage. I mean, when you look at our equity fundraising support, it's of course more if you are an EIC accelerator beneficiary, for example. So those are the 3 services that you can reach out to us for. And in case you have more questions or want to know more, happy to have a meeting with you. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we will continue with Jan from BGI. Please, Jan.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to be the last one, so I'm going to make it brief. I'm representing the BGI, Building Global Innovators Company, and we are basically sustainable ventures accelerators. So we're trying to help agri-food tech companies, health tech companies, and aquaculture companies, anything connected to the sustainable venture ideology. As far as the services we offer go, we have 3 services listed in the catalog. First service we have is soft lending in the US. This is basically a program where we help a company to either expand to the US market or create the idea there completely. The second program that we have, or the service, is build and accelerate your fundraising. This is pretty self-explanatory. We'll basically help you to accelerate your company and help you with the fundraising. And the third service that we offer is build your use cases and pilots. In the third case, for the pilots, we basically are partnered with 2 research facilities that can help your solution to be tested in a real world environment and kind of pilot with them to be then a market ready to contract the industry representatives. So in the third case scenario, we will help you to, let's say, test your solution if you have tested already in lab and you want to go somewhere when there's real life conditions. Our focus areas are health tech, agri-food tech, biotechnology, aquaculture, as I mentioned before. So Boston Global Immersion, that's the soft lending in the US program. It's a little bit of a different name since this program has been with us for 13 editions already. So 13 years we'll be delivering this service, and now it's also listed in the EIC Services Catalogue. On the left, you can see a little bit of the numbers behind the program. On the right, in the blue rectangle, you can see how we do it. But basically, we've helped around 200 startups and entrepreneurs to soft land in the US and help them to raise together almost 120 million euros over the years. And the system is simple. We're basically trying to make it as custom-made as possible for the applicant that is trying to get into the service. But we basically prepare you here in Europe. We define your goals. We help you to develop the go-to-market strategy, investment strategy, financial plans, and anything that you will be then applying in the US market. Because in the second phase, we're going to take you to Boston or to Cambridge, and we're going to do an immersive week there with a lot of one-on-one sessions and meeting the experts there and kind of settling you in the environment, so then you can move on to the next stage and expand in the US market. Next one is the build and accelerate your fundraising. This one specifically for BGI, it's, let's say, the advantages here is that as we are an accelerator company, we run a lot of accelerator initiatives apart from this one. So there is 5 different ongoing programs focusing on accelerating and fundraising companies. So not only will help you to find some sort of investment and let's say get your company evaluated by professional investors and business angels, we also connect you to companies in a similar stage or with similar pain points, so you can kind of network in the environment with like-minded people, which I say is one of the big benefits of this program as well. And I'm going to add here that we've accelerated almost 250 startups already, and this number's getting higher each year as we have a lot of these programs going on continuously. We also have a large database because of that, so the investors and the like-minded startups are in one big hub where they can interact. So that's another advantage of going with us with the service. Why BGI? So in this scenario, in the context of the 3 services we originated from Boston. So the company was firstly created in Boston and then we moved to Portugal, to Europe. So the network we have in the US market is pretty strong. So that's why you would be choosing the soft lending program with us. And the other 2, the piloting and the fundraising, we've been on the market for almost 15 years and helped together around 660 million euros in funding. So we had quite a big experience in helping you to improve your pitch, improve your approach to investor, and also one-on-one meetings with investors are facilitated easily through our network. So that's, let's say, a benefit of deciding to go with us. That's, I would say, it. Thank you for your time, and hopefully we'll get to meet in the question and answers session afterwards.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jan. So we're done with the presentations of all EIC partners, and now we have the presentation of EIC ACCESS Plus, the co-financing scheme. And my colleague Antonio will present this and will also explain you how to co-fund the remaining 50% by giving some examples. So please, Antonio.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you for inviting me, and I'm very happy to present here to the beneficiaries and the partners the ACCESS Plus project, but also that's very important, the funding scheme that the project manages on behalf of the EIC program. Just to go into the measure. So what we do? We basically provide financial support to beneficiaries to access the services in the EIC Service Catalogue. So what we do now is provide them financial support, and I will explain later on how much is this financial support, and we provide through the support the beneficiaries can access and reduce the cost for accessing the service in the EIC Service Catalogue. So this is a very important measure, both for the beneficiary can reduce the cost, but also for the service provider to have an opportunity to stimulate beneficiaries to apply and to sell their services. So the beneficiaries we are addressing are the EIC Awardee project participant, and I will show you later on what they are, and the Seal of Excellence holders. Well, what our targets are to fund at least 180 beneficiaries. Beneficiary for us the same things, and each beneficiary can access to a maximum 60,000 euros in terms of grants. So there's a lot of money that can happen to support the access to the service catalog. So as before mentioned, so our target are the beneficiaries. Since we provide the grant to the beneficiaries, they receive the grant. And then the beneficiaries for us as the EIC Awardees organization. So those partners in the EIC Pathfinder Transition Accelerator project, so who participate in these projects can apply for ACCESS Plus co-funding scheme. But also we open the access to ACCESS Plus grant to Seal of Excellence holders. So those projects that is not approved by the European Commission, they not receive the funding by the European Commission, but they receive the Seal of Excellence. So they can also access to ACCESS Plus grants, but also it is very important to stress that only Seal of Excellence under the Horizon program can access to ACCESS Plus grant. The Seal of Excellence released before Horizon Europe cannot access to the ACCESS Plus. So any partners in the project can apply. So the coordinator usually will receive the application from the coordinator, sometimes also from other participants, but it's very important to stress that both the coordinators but also the participant can apply. And it's very important to say that I will show you later on in them. It's very important to stress that even the spin-offs created within one of these projects can apply for the ACCESS Plus. So in case of the spin-off is not partners in one of these projects, can apply as well, since they, according to our call, according to our interest, we are very happy to fund also to support spin-offs generated in the EIC Awardees projects. Which kind of support we provide to beneficiaries? First of all, we provide grants, but the grant can cover up to 50% of the service cost. So it's the simple case. If you receive, when a beneficiary access to one or more services released from, provided by service provider in the EIC Service Catalogue, the beneficiary receive the invoice, and so we fund up to 50% of the cost that is invoiced. The other important things, so it's very important that the EIC service provider is one of listed in the catalog. Only the service provider listed in the catalog can be approved, and so can be funded by ACCESS Plus. And then we provide different amount of money according to the service packages. We grouped the AC Service 11th AC Service Catalog that my colleague Tadora illustrated before to you in 4 different packages. And for each packages, we have a threshold in terms of grants. For instance, for access to infrastructure and R&D support services or even prototyping services, the maximum amount in terms of grant we can release to the beneficiaries is 60,000 euro. In case of business acceleration services, including, for instance, business planning, matchmaking, internationalization, or even incubation, these services can receive a grant up to 30,000 euro. And for skill improvements services, the threshold is 10,000 euro, and the access to fund, the threshold is 30,000 euro. So we have different thresholds for different services. The most important things, there are two more important thresholds. The first one is 50% of the cost reported in the invoice. The second one is that we cannot go beyond 60,000 euro for one or more services. The very important thing is to stress that a beneficiary can apply for one services or more services. The most important that the beneficiary cannot overcome the threshold I mentioned before. One question, a request we receive very often when in our info email is how can I fund the rest of 50%? Since if I will receive 50% for covering the half of the cost, the other part of the cost should be covered with other means, with other measures. So we have a different situation. The most often situation is that the 50% is covered by the beneficiary own fund, so by the company or other the shareholders of the beneficiary, for instance, that put money in the company cover the rest of the 50%. But it's very important to know that the 50% that can be covered with other public funds. If you receive for the same services national or regional funds that will allow you the 50% of the cost, we can cover the other 50%. If these public funds are above 50%, we can cover, for instance, the remaining share. It could be 30, 40, or 10%. The most important is that Access Plus can limit its support up to the 50% of the cost, or even in case of the EU public funding schemes. If you receive, for instance, support, since you are participating in a by transition accelerator project, you are receiving a funding of 70%. The rest of the cost, the 30%, could be covered by Access Plus. So there are different situations that can be listed. For each situation, you can use or your own funds or also other public fund to cover the remaining 50%. So in this case, we can say that 100% of the service can be covered by public funds. So how can apply? So the most important, and we support the beneficiaries. So in this case, the beneficiary should first select one service provider, since the most important thing is that there is first a contract between the beneficiary and the service provider. And the application, so you can apply in 2 ways. First, using the red button in the EIC Service Catalogue, and you will be redirected to our website, or directly using our website. If you go to our website, you can go directly to the funding page, and there are all the instructions to apply. So that's important that you have first to register yourself in our Access Plus community, and then you can apply it. So the registration is very easy. There is no need to put much information, but with the very few information you can apply, and then you can go directly to the application form. Only beneficiaries can apply. The beneficiaries can apply filling out the application form. Then we receive the application form, and we provide an assessment to the application form. And then we decide the selection of the application form using the 7 criteria. First of all, the applicants, the beneficiaries, so should come from the EU or associated countries. We also ask if there is other public funds already used by the applicant for the same service. So our grant limit is up to 60,000 euros. So in case you already received other support from Access Plus, since you can apply for different services, we check if you have not went beyond this 6,000 euro, and then we will ask a very short service description. So we try to understand which kind of service you are asking for. And very important, all the service should be concluded within June 2026, but it's very important to conclude earlier and before, since the amount of money could terminate, and when the funds we receive from the European Commission will finish, we cannot support any more other applications. And then it is very important to understand the link between the project and the applications, the projects, I mean the awarded project. And then the other important things to analyze is the service provider should be one that is listed in this Service Catalogue. How we release the grant. So we have two ways to pay the grant. For grants up to 10,000 euro, they will be paid in one installment. That means we will pay at the end of the service conclusions. For grants that are beyond 10,000 euros, we pay the grant in two ways. The first one, when the agreement between the Access Plus team and the beneficiary is signed, and the rest, the other 50%, will be paid at the end of the service conclusion. Before the last payment at the end of the service conclusion, we ask the beneficiary to fill in a very short report, just to assess the quality of the services and the satisfaction rates, and also we will try to assess the impact of the service in the organization. These are our contacts, so you can contact me directly. My name is Antonio Zangrilli. It is my mail, or my colleague Magloire, or otherwise you can use the contact links in our website, the info email or other email that are listed in our website.
Thank you very much, Antonio. I take now the opportunity to share more details on the application phase, on how you can apply for this EIC ACCESS Plus grant, and the link between the community. So let me just remind you that the EIC ACCESS Plus co-funding scheme is only addressed to Pathfinder, Transition, Accelerator, and Seal of Excellence holders under Horizon Europe. So this means that you will be onboarded directly by our team. So basically, just to remind you how to proceed. Once you are on the service catalog, you can use all the filters to identify the most convenient service for you according to your needs and the type of sector or technology that you're looking for. The idea is that once you have identified the service, you are able to contact the service provider and request the information related to the cost, the timeline of the service, and also a potential invoice quotation to have a better idea of what you need to request on the EIC ACCESS Plus. Important is that you also identify very well the service ID. So this is also, I already saw some applications that you are providing, some partners you are providing a quotation, and you really need to differentiate the two services that you are applying, that you are providing. So because we are asking the beneficiaries to give us this service ID number for each of the for each grant. So this is a recommendation. So just to say that you have the contact the service provider button, and you also have the EIC ACCESS Plus co-funding. So you will be addressed to the website where you can read all the necessary information to consider. So what the information that we have shared today during the info session. Then you will be addressed to the funding, to the apply now button, and this will lead you to the EuroEquity platform, in which we have for today one community hub, that is the EIC ACCESS Plus Community Hub, already gathering more than 800 members, including companies and EIC partners. So this is again an eligibility checkpoint, because I make sure that only the beneficiaries are gathered on this community. So you have two options. You might need first to create a profile if you've never registered on EuroEquity, or you just log in on EuroEquity and you will be asked to join the community hub. So I will receive then a request that I need to validate or refuse. So I will contact you for this. In case you need to register on EuroEquity for the first time, so again, you have two options. You can join, you can type the name of your organization. If you have already an account, you will find it. You will find it here, or you will need to create an account, and you have the possibility to create a company, or as an EIC Partners, if today you don't have an account on EuroEquity, you will be able to select the business support option. Then for the organization, there are few questions to fill out. But EuroEquity is also providing the possibility to support you in identifying other business support, or in fundraising, to give you more visibility on fundraising. So there are additional questions, and this, of course, this is optional, but the main mandatory questions are these ones. And then you will be, I will receive your request to join the community hub. In case you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will give you, on this community hub, I'm mainly sharing the opportunities, that the info sessions that we are organizing, and asking you as well your advice on how we can best organize these info sessions. So any feedback, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And also the members tab, you can see who are the beneficiaries. You can contact them if you want, and then download other useful documents. So you will be able here, from this point, you will be able to apply to the application form, and there are multiple questions that, again, you can find the questions already prepared on the website to consider them. You can also save it. So if you don't have time, you can start completing this form, and you will be finishing it later. Some recommendations that I want to give you is that here you need to as well to download a declaration of honors, a document that you can download a template on the website or on the community hub. And then once it's submitted, we give every Friday, I try to provide all the applications to our consortium, and we are trying to evaluate this within 2 weeks, 1 week maximum. Yeah, Antonio, you want to say something?
Yes, Christina, just to add some things about the information. So the beneficiary can get information within our community that Christina is presenting now, yes, but also from the website. The website will allow you to download the call, will allow you to download the template for the contract that we call FSTP agreement that you have to sign between the Access Plus team and beneficiary. It will allow you to download the template for the declaration of honor, and then you find some FAQ, very important, just to allow you to understand some specific cases. Another important information that for the application, you don't need to have the contract between the service provider and the beneficiaries, but this is very important when your application will be approved. Then we'll ask you before going on to send us this contract.
At this point, yeah, the best is to ask at least an MOU to the partner, so we can if you have you want us to speed up, the best is to ask all this information, the quotation and MOU in advance. We can proceed faster. Happy to answer all your questions. We will now proceed with the Q&A section. Angela, yes, we can have a copy of this presentation. You will receive a master deck with all the presentations. A question from Marcus. So EIC covers 505 of all of these services.
Yes, the services listed in the EIC Service Catalogue.
50%, right?
Yeah, I think he means 50%. Yes.
The cost of the services, the 50% of the cost of the service.
We receive an accelerator project under Horizon 2020. Are we eligible? We have not been in the recent in-on-match program, to our surprise. Thanks.
Yes, you are eligible. We are a partner of the EIC. How we can inform beneficiaries about our services, but one of the ways is the info session we are organizing, like today. We organize different info session. Maybe this one, the number 5, Christina. Other will come in the future, and these are the means that we will provide the beneficiaries to inform the partners to inform the beneficiaries about the service.
Yeah, just to complement. So again, the EIC Access Plus Community Hub is under HeroQT. This is the fastest way to also give more visibility. Partners, you can post your services as well there, and they will receive a notification. Also, when we are organizing info sessions, now I'm trying to ask all the beneficiaries that are members of this community what they are looking for, and then we are trying to invite partners that are, in this case now, the beneficiaries ask to have services related to support on fundraising and IP. So this is what we are bringing. But yeah, happy to get any of your feedback.
Hi, everybody. I have a question for Claire Fritz. Is it clear to me the boundaries? Where is the let's say the threshold between your services and the services that normally a consultant on IP do?
Yes. So what we don't do, for example, is we don't draft clauses for you. We do not do a FTO for you, but we do sit down with you and we go through your, let's say, you have no clue, but you know that you need support. Then we are sitting down with you and we are checking what are your IP assets, what could be a suitable strategy for you, but we are not providing, like, for example, there's also another service that is called the booster service. Yeah. Also a new funded project. They are really sitting down with you for several hours, and they are providing you afterwards with a written report, an analysis of your situation, and then how to move forward. We don't do that. So the European IP Helpdesk is really more, let's say, it's in between awareness raising and coaching.
Thank you very much to everyone. Thank you to EIC Partners, Jan, Claire, Dan, Ilka, Aracelia. Really, really appreciate it.